What is going on, Headliner Nation? Jake, Fantasy Headliners. Hopefully everyone's doing well out there today. We're talking about our top 24 quarterbacks and our quick and dirty top 30 running backs for week 14 fantasy football. There are timestamps down below. Hit the like button for some timestamps. But there's a lot of players on bye. 318 players on bye in week 14, just before the fantasy playoffs, is absolute insanity. So we're not wasting any time. Let's dive right into our top 24 quarterbacks. And just a reminder here, I'm sure your own personal rankings may look a little bit different, and that's okay. Not everybody's rankings are meant to match. If they did, they would be pointless to watch. So here we go. Number 1, Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia Eagles, just continues to find ways to score touchdowns. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes, coming off, I guess, what you could call a down week for Patrick Mahomes. Followed by number 3, Joe Burrow going up against the Browns. 4, Josh Allen in a difficult matchup going up against the Jets. Followed by number 5, Justin Herbert. I'm feeling so fancy right now, if I'm being completely honest. He's got a great matchup Sunday Night Football against the Miami Dolphins, followed by his opponent in that game. Number 6 here is where I got Tua Tagovailoa. Number 7, Kyler Murray coming off bye for the Arizona Cardinals, playing Monday Night Football at home against the Patriots, followed by number 8, Dak Prescott. Another one of these guys that as of late has been super safe. He's scoring touchdowns. He's not having to throw the ball 50 times a game and has big-time playmakers all over the field. Should have a decent matchup here this week going up against the Houston Texans, followed by number 9, Geno Smith. Oh, reliable this year. Geno Smith averaging about 73% completion percentage. Are you kidding me? Geno Smith is an all-pro quarterback, everyone. Number 10, Jared Goff, Detroit Lions. Starting to revert back to what we saw early in the season in this offense from the Detroit Lions, so got him at number 10, which will take us to number 11, Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville Jaguars. A matchup going up against Tennessee. Way easier to throw on Tennessee than it is to run on Tennessee, so I got him at 11. 12, Kirk Cousins, after a few difficult matchups, has the Detroit Lions on the schedule this week, so I got him at 12. Followed by 13, Derek Carr just continues to throw touchdowns to one Devontae Adams. Number 14, Tom Brady. Last week's game wasn't very pretty, but when it comes to fantasy points at the end of 4 quarters, guy went out there, had a pretty solid game. Which will then take us number 15, Daniel Jones of the New York Giants. A pretty difficult matchup for him going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. Followed by number 16, Tyler Huntley, who is now taking over for Lamar Jackson as of right now in Baltimore. It looks like number 17, the legend that is Mike White for the New York Jets. Just limiting expectations here in a very difficult matchup going up against Buffalo. Followed by number 18, Deshaun Watson. Everyone wanted a huge explosion of points to start the season for Deshaun Watson. It did not happen, and honestly, I'm not expecting it again this week. A much tougher matchup for him going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. Followed by number 19, Mac Jones, New England Patriots, that Monday night game in Arizona. Number 20 is Ryan Tannehill. Did he just lose his top pass-catching weapon in Treylon Burks? We're waiting to find out whether he can clear concussion protocol or not. Got Tanny at 20. 21, Kenny Pickett. He's stopped the turnovers, which is great, but we haven't quite seen the production yet to move him any higher, so he's at 21. 22 is Russell Wilson. Even though it's a decent matchup for Russell Wilson, he's had plenty of those this year and still only has 9 total touchdowns on the year. That is disgusting. Followed by number 23, Brock Purdy of the San Francisco 49ers. He has himself a pretty difficult matchup this week going up against Tampa Bay. I really want to see this kid succeed because I've been saying it all week. It's time for Mr. Irrelevant to be relevant, but I have my concerns. So he's at 23, and then 24 is where I have Sam Darnold of the Carolina Panthers coming off their bye week in a matchup going up against the Seattle Seahawks. We know Donta Foreman right now a little bit banged up. He should be good to go, but if he's not for any reason, we could see Sam Darnold throwing the ball a little bit more. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but in a week where we have 6 quarterbacks on bye, I got Sam Darnold at 24. It's kind of weird seeing some new names here in the rankings, but that's going to happen with injuries and bye weeks. Luckily, shouldn't have to worry about bye weeks the rest of the season, but now is the moment you've all been waiting for, the quick and dirty top 30 running backs here for week 14 fantasy football. Right at the top, we got Christian McCaffrey. And when you look at Christian McCaffrey, you're like, dude, he's playing in the Bucs. How safe is he really going to be? This is all about volume. With Brock Purdy under center, you better believe Christian McCaffrey getting a buttload of dump-off passes and a lot of work between the tackles got him at number 1. Number 2, Austin Eckler of the Los Angeles Chargers in a good matchup going up against Miami. Followed by number 3, Josh, I have a calf strain. Jacobs would just continue to run all over the NFL in a matchup here this week. Thursday Night Football going up against the Rams got him at number 3. 4, Derrick Henry. Can we please get more touchdowns from Derrick Henry? Dude has as many passing touchdowns as he does rushing touchdowns over the last month of the season, and damn it, that just ain't right. Number 5, Dalvin Cook of the Minnesota Vikings, a great matchup for him going up against Detroit. Not the same old Detroit team, playing a lot better. We got Dalvin Cook at number 5. Number 6, Sir Nicholas Chubb of the Cleveland Browns going up against the Cincinnati Bengals, a team in which he found some success against just a few weeks ago. 7, his opponent in that game, Joe Mixon, had a full practice on Wednesday. Looks to be good to go. Not officially cleared in the concussion protocol, but everything is trending that way. I will say this, if for some reason, which is going to be totally crazy, that Joe Mixon does not play, Samaje Perine, plug and play. He's a top 10 guy. But for right now, got Mixon at 7. 8, Ramondre Stevenson of the New England Patriots should be able to run wild Monday Night Football against those Arizona Cardinals. Number 9, Saquon Barkley. Could we please get a healthier offensive line for this guy, because he has nowhere to run, been saved by touchdowns the last couple weeks. Number 10, Tony Pollard of the Dallas Cowboys, the big play guy in the backfield of the Dallas Cowboys, but don't count out Zeke. He's coming up here in just a second. Number 11, James Conner, Monday Night Football against the New England Patriots. This is all about touches, right? Aside from DeAndre Hopkins and Marquise Hollywood Brown, James Conner next in line for volume in this offense, and you know he's going to be involved. Number 12, this is where I have DeAndre Swift, and it's a little bit spicy, but it's a good matchup going up against Minnesota, and we just saw him get 18 touches, the most he's had in a game since week 1, got him at number 12. 13, this is where I have Zeke Elliott of the Dallas Cowboys. A backfield that can supply 2 running backs for fantasy football is definitely what the doctor ordered, and these guys are going up against Houston this week. That's why they're both inside the top 13. Number 14, Miles Sanders, Philadelphia Eagles, going up against the New York Giants, followed by Najee Harris at 15 of the Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of people wanted to see other names in this backfield last week, but it just so happens that once again, when Pittsburgh says that Najee's not 100%, he basically plays the entire game and looks just fine, so he's at 15. 16, the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns, Jamal Williams, who's still going to have a role, even though DeAndre Swift picking it back up. That'll now take us down to number 17. Dameon Pierce of the Houston Texans been struggling as of late, and honestly, this matchup isn't going to be any easier for him going up against Dallas. He's at 17. 18, Travis Etienne, Jacksonville Jaguars. Do we see Darrell Henderson this week? Because this is a very difficult matchup going up against a top 5 run defense in the Tennessee Titans. Got Etienne at 18. 19, Donta Foreman, Carolina Panthers. I mentioned him when we talked about Sam Darnold. A little bit banged up right now. Should be good to go by the weekend, but make sure you watch the end of the week injury report just to make sure. Number 20, Isaiah Pacheco, Kansas City Chiefs. Please, Andy Reid, I am begging you. I will let you draw a mustache on my face, Andy Reid, if you just leave Melvin Gordon on the bench and continue to give all the early down work to one Isaiah Pacheco. Number 21, Bam Knight, Zonovan Knight, whatever you want to call him. Now, it's already come out that Michael Carter was a full participant in practice. Kind of how I see this backfield going. Knight getting a lot of that early down work. Carter getting a lot of the pass catching work. I believe the return of Carter takes more away from a Ty Johnson than it does a Zonovan Knight. Number 22, Jeff Wilson Jr., who basically got the week off last week. Now he has a matchup this week, a good matchup going up against the Chargers. Number 23, Cam Akers of the Los Angeles Rams. I didn't think Cam Akers would make it inside the top 24 1 week this entire year. But with everybody injured in LA, here we are in a good matchup against the Raiders on Thursday. Got Cam Akers at 23. 24 is Rachaad White, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, going up against San Francisco. They're going to have no room to run, so I'm hoping on a lot of check down passes. 25, this is where I have DJ Dallas. This could be DJ Dallas. This could be Travis Homer. Technically, Kenneth Walker hasn't been ruled out yet, but everybody is hurt in this backfield right now. So I want to make sure that I kept them all outside the top 24, but I don't want you to forget about them either, because they do have a pretty decent matchup going up against the Carolina Panthers. 26, Leonard Fournette. We know he's going to split snaps with Rachaad White, and if I'm hoping for dump-offs to go the way of Rachaad White, you better believe they should be going the way of Leonard Fournette as well. He's at 26. 27, James Cook looked really great last week. Really hoping they continue to give him volume in a tough matchup this week going up against the Jets. Hoping for some checkdowns going his way as well. Number 28, Latavius Murray, Denver Broncos, going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. He's not any higher, because if this game gets out of hand early, we're not going to be seeing a whole lot of Latavius Murray. 29, Raheem Mostert in the backfield there with Jeff Wilson Jr. going up against those Chargers. And then 30, Devin Singletary of the Buffalo Bills. Like I said, a very difficult matchup. Hoping he can get somewhere in the neighborhood of 13 to 15 touches, a low-end flex play at the running back position. But like always, I got to give you some bonus names, right? I got 5 guys on the outside looking in that you just don't want to forget about. The first one, Samaje Perine. We already mentioned him a little bit earlier, where if anything happens where Mixon does not play, Perine is plug and play. But don't forget, he could also still get some touches with a healthy Mixon. A full workload, 10, 15, 20 touches, that's going to be a little bit tough. But this guy's been making plays, and I highly doubt they just completely go away from him. The next one on the list, Michael Carter. Mentioned him when we talked about Bam Knight. How about Travis Homer? We mentioned him when we talked about DJ Dallas. Which one of these guys is going to be the healthiest, right? At this point, Seattle, it doesn't really matter. We just need to find somebody who can walk properly. Kareem Hunt on this list as well. This offense is going to look a little bit different with Deshaun Watson under center. We may see a little bit more Kareem Hunt. And then lastly, maybe one of the most boring running backs in fantasy football, Gus Edwards. I know he hasn't really done anything, but when he's healthy, John Harbaugh gives him touches. And at this point of the rankings, you just got to try to find somebody who's touching the ball, and Gus Edwards is that guy. But that's going to wrap up my rankings here for Week 14. Talk about our top 24 quarterbacks and our quick and dirty top 30 running backs. If you have questions, please leave them down below in the comment section. If you're looking for more detailed information as to why these guys are where they are, be sure to check out our start-sit videos because those are way more detail-oriented. This is meant to just be a quick run-through of the rankings. Hopefully you enjoyed them. If you did, hit the like button down below. I'm going to get out of here for the day. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day, a great week, and we'll talk to you later.